In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install and use the Easy Recipe plugin. Once you are logged into your dashboard, you're going to need to scroll down to Plugins and click on Add New. Okay, once you're there, you need to go ahead and do a search for it. It's called Easy Recipe. Now it will pull up quite a few different recipe plugins. I have used a handful of these. Some of them you can see, although they have a large number of stars, they have very few active installs. So that's something that definitely goes into account when I'm looking for a plugin. Now this one, it's a very simple plugin. It's right here. It's called Easy Recipe. Now if you look, it only has 2.5 stars, but it has 10,000 active installs. Where this one right here, 5 stars, but only 200 plus active installs. Now this one, I think the star count is actually lower because it doesn't have a lot of design features. It's a very simple plugin, but for the purpose of getting started, I think it's a great one because you don't have to do a lot of customization and configuration to the actual plugin itself. So we're going to go ahead and install this. So you click on Install Now. Okay, and click on Activate. Once it's activated, you will look in your dashboard and you can see it's right here in your dashboard. But there, you can go ahead and go in and set a bunch of the settings. It's pretty good out of the box, so I usually don't even touch the settings myself. So let's go ahead and go up to Post. Now, you will probably most likely be creating a new post. I already have one in here just so I can walk you through the tutorial. So I'm going to go into my post. And I have it right here, so I'm just going to click into it so I can edit it. Okay, so now that we have the plugin installed, a little chef hat will appear right here where you can add an easy recipe. So I'm just going to scroll down to where I want to insert the recipe at the end of the post. Right here, I'll just enter. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the Add an Easy Recipe. Now we'll give you a bunch of details you can enter right here. I have one pre-saved with some information so I can go through this with you. So I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to paste the summary. Author, I can just put my name. My hubby actually created this recipe, so I should actually put his name, but the recipe type, we'll do breakfast. I could put kid-friendly. Just put whatever you desire to put in these fields. It doesn't have to be something specific. Ingredients. This is what's so great. You just go ahead and copy and paste these. So I'm just going to do a quick copy and paste back in here. And if you read this, it says 1 ingredient per line. You don't have to use numbers or bullets. You can add images, links, and recipe headings if you want. That's for an upgraded feature. I just go ahead and leave it plain. I actually haven't ever upgraded. I know a handful of people have actually done it that I've walked through this and actually do like the upgrade myself. I think it's fine as it is. So you just have to determine if it's worth the extra cash or not to do the upgrade. Now I'm going to copy and paste my instructions. And when I do a copy, you can obviously do the right click and copy. I always hit Control-C. And then when I come back, I just hit Control-V to paste. That's just how I prefer copying and pasting. And with the instructions, it's the same thing as prior. You can go ahead and it says you can separate it and so forth. So if you want to enter your prep time, you will do so here, cook time here, and how many the recipe yields. If you are done, you can go ahead and add recipe. Like I said, if you want to add a photo, if you click on this, it will take you to where it says you can upgrade for a price. Like I said, I've never upgraded myself. If you go over here, there's nutrition facts, additional notes. If you want to just directly paste the recipe, you could do something like this and try to convert it. I've actually just usually entered it directly into the details area. So once you are finished, you can go ahead and click Add Recipe. Now, it will look like this when you see it, so we're going to preview it, though, and see how it shows up. So if you preview changes, here's my post. I'm going to scroll down. It's not letting me scroll. All right, so here is our recipe now. I think it looks pretty clean. I love it that they have the option to print it. So if they click on, they can go ahead and print. They can also save it. I'll show you how this works. It should pull it up. Okay, see here, they can go ahead and save it to the big oven. They can join that via Facebook. You know, there's an app available and so forth. So if they want to save your recipe that way, they also have the choice to do so. But there you go. It's pretty easy. Now let's go back and I'll show you how to edit it if you desire to make some edits to this. You can either scroll down and click anywhere on this and it will pull up the edit. Or if you notice, now that you've entered a recipe on this post, a second little guy will appear where you can just click on him also and you can edit the recipe itself. So that's pretty simple. Once you are done with this, you're happy with the way it looks, you can go ahead and click on Update. Okay, so this will now add it to your post section. Now, since this is a post, I'm going to show you one additional thing. I guess I could have done this before I updated, but let's go through it. So since this is a post, you have the categories option to choose. So I already have a category called recipes. I'm going to create a new one also. So we're going to add new, and I'm going to put breakfast. And my parent category, since it goes under recipes, you don't have to use a parent category. I usually do like using them myself. So I'm going to click on recipes, add the parent category to the breakfast. So this becomes a subcategory. And I'm also going to uncheck this and click add new category. So if you see, it will appear up here. I'm going to select it also to go under recipes. So when people are doing a search under my categories, this will pull up under both. It will pull up under recipes and breakfast. So let's go ahead and update again. Like I said, you could do this before you update the first time, but I know someone had suggested that I walk them through this part of it also. So here you guys have it. You have a little bit more to this tutorial. All right, so now that we have it in here, we're going to add this to our navigation bar at the top. So go into Appearance and go into Menus. Now I just have a general one set for my main navigation. I have Home, About, and Contact. Let's say you want to add the specific category of recipes and you also want to put breakfast underneath it as a sub menu. Let's go ahead and you're going to go into Posts. You could either do it this way if you want to do a specific one, or if you're going to do it like I was just talking about, the recipes and the breakfast, let's click both of these and click Add to Menu. Okay, now I'm going to put this where I want it specifically in the navigation bar. So I'm going to drag Recipes, the category, up here. I'm going to take breakfast and I'm going to put it as a sub-menu item. And this is my breakfast category specifically. And let's go ahead. Everything's set as my main navigation. You go ahead and click Save Menu. Okay, now let's go back and view what we just did. So if you go up to your site, go to Visit Site. You will now see that Recipes is in my navigation and Breakfast is listed under it as a drop-down menu. So if you click on Recipes, it will take you directly into all of your posts that are tagged with recipes as the category. So if you have quite a few, they will list them, one by one. If you go into breakfast, you will see it here in the same style of form. It will kind of just list them all in order of when you've posted them. Now, obviously, not every recipe you add will be breakfast. So you could have breakfast, lunch, dinner, vegetarian, meat lovers, whatever you want to do. And these will be created as sub-menu items, and it will appear as a drop-down if you go into your menus and do exactly what I just showed you right here. So there you have it, guys. I hope you love this plugin. It is super easy to use, really simple, looks very clean in your blog, and doesn't require customization. You don't really have to configure it. You don't have to customize it. It's pretty much ready to go straight out of the box. All right, there you have it. Thanks, guys.